Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Larry Duncan Allen, and this is No More Water. Bye. Next time. I have an interesting subject today about the violence that's going on with young children today. But before I get started, I want to make an announcement. If you don't have anywhere to go tomorrow for Thanksgiving, you can go by New Shining Light Holiness Deliverance Non-Denominational Church at 740 Broadway in Venice, Illinois. Bishop John H. Williams is the pastor. They're going to have their annual Thanksgiving service, and the service started at 9 a.m. And then they're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner from 10:30 to 12:30 p.m. All is welcome. So stop on by tomorrow morning at New Shining Light Holiness Deliverance Non-Denominational Church. It's the New Shining Light Community Outreach Ministry, and they'd be glad to have you on tomorrow. Don't forget, New Shining Light, 740 Broadway, Venice, Illinois, service at 9 a.m. And then dinner will begin at 10:30 to 12:30 p.m. 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. So come on by New Shining Light. Okay, now back to my subject about the violent children. I know you've probably been seeing on the news where you've had children, not high school age, but middle school age children attacking not just other children, but adults, putting them in the hospital, pregnant women, autistic people, and many people just don't know what to do about it. Some of them have been arrested, and when you talk to the parents, well, let's just say it like it is, the mother, you can see why the children are like they are. These children are just not growing up that way. And I have to say, all the ones I've seen, maybe some other people, children doing it, but all the ones I've seen have been little black children. See, when you don't raise your children up, but bully them up, they're going to respond in that way. And that's what many of you do. You don't raise your children up, you bully them up. I was in the store the other day, and there was a little boy, he was standing outside the door. His mother said, "Come on back in here." In a very mean way. And he came back and said, "Mama, why come you didn't want me outside?" "'Cause I said so." Why not explain to the boy, where you can get, something can happen to you out there. So that when you just bully him like that, he is act right when he's around you because you haven't taught him anything. Our children has been raised very poorly, and let's face it, women are just not raised good at raising. Most women, I say, are just not very good at raising children by themselves because I've seen men with the children in the store. They don't curse at them and yell at them, and they talk to them and seem like everything's fine. I see the women just fussing at the kids, and the kids don't even be doing anything. Like it's their obligation just to fuss at kids in the store. Let me show you this video of the. This is from where's that report? Right here.
Weeks have been difficult for Lakeisha Graves and her daughters, who say they were attacked by a group of students who had boarded a school bus that wasn't their own and attacked them.
I wasn't going to speak on this, because when this happened in Chicago last week, I saw it and I was like, why? But now, this is like a new trend. It's an epidemic, and I don't understand how middle schoolers, young teenage 13-year-old or whatever, would even have the audacity to attack an adult. I can see if it was a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old defending themselves, like if an adult were attacking, yes, that makes sense. But to just get together in a mob and just jump another mom. You see, the first one was in Chicago, and that's my hometown, so it really, really affected me. I'm like, God, dog, what's going on back home? And now I'm seeing this in Maryland. I don't understand what's going on. I don't blame the child. I blame the parents. Because one of the things me and my wife, we always talked about is that we raise our children and we correct our children, discipline our children. We don't let certain things slide at home because we don't want them to think that it's okay outside of the home. And that's what's happening with these kids. They're doing things at home and their parents, and probably a single parent, is allowing it to happen. Allowing them to curse, fight, beat up the brother and the sister and all that, have those fights. So seeing this, it just blows my mind because I know that this is being allowed at home. And it's the parents' fault. And not only should the kids get discipline and charges put on them, but the parents too. Something has to happen. There needs to be some rules and some laws put into place that's going to punish the parents. And hopefully something like that will stop this from happening. And I wish I heard of some kids jumping my daughter, right? Or my wife walking my daughter home and a group of kids jumped them. What? I'm sorry. I will blank out. I don't care how tall, how small, how old you are. I'm blanking out, and some kids are going to get knocked out, period. And I'll take their parents too. If they want to jump too, then they could jump too. But anyway, I'm out.
You see that? But one thing I will say, he say, the children, parents are to blame. Yes, they are, but the children are also. I'll tell you why. There are parents who teach their children good things and they don't follow it. So why do they have to follow all the bad things? So the children don't get a pass on that. Because when they're taught many good things, they don't follow it. But why do they have to follow all the bad things? You see, I've seen a lot of people, especially black people, we always talk about whooping children. We think the only form of discipline is whipping. But when you hit someone all the time, the kids get all those beatings, they grow up. And they think that every time someone does something to them that they don't like, it don't mean that it's right or wrong. Because a lot of parents whip the children not because the child did something wrong or disobeyed them, they just don't like what they did. And see, when you beat a kid over something, all the time, don't discipline them, don't tell them anything. Your only form of punishment is hitting them all the time. That make them grow up violent, and they think that every time someone does something they don't like, that they have to physically punish that person. That's why so many are so quick to fight now. If there's something they want you to do, you're doing something they don't want you to do. The average one of them will come to you fussing about it, but that is for anyone else. And other people just come to you and calmly tell you. They're coming to you fussing about everything. I mean, just fighting all over the place. I don't see it in my circle where I'm at. But that don't mean it's not happening because I don't see it. And all of those fights, some of them are by bots, some are AI, but some of them are real. Yeah, and I'm gonna play another video for you. I want to play the one from Chicago. Um, this is the one from Chicago where they jumped a woman and her son. Let me make sure I get the right one. Yeah, I think
The kids who attacked the pregnant woman and her 9-year-old son were already arrested. The incident happened on the south side of Chicago. The mother and her son were walking home from school. When they reached an intersection, a group of minors suddenly surrounded them. In the video, the kids pushed the pregnant woman to the ground. Some of them even jumped over her one by one like they were playing a vaulting game. Others pushed her while laughing. Her 9-year-old son ran into the crowd. He used his small body to protect his mother's stomach. He was shaking with fear, but he still tried his best to protect her. The pregnant woman had sickle cell anemia. Any small injury could cause life-threatening complications. This was not a prank. It was a violent assault. The boy had been bullied by this group for months. The mother called the police and reported it to the school, but no one did anything. People only paid attention after the video went viral. This time, the justice system took a rare, strong stance. All of the minors involved were charged, and their parents also had to face responsibility. The judge even wrote that juvenile violence often comes from a lack of family guidance. Police presence around the school was increased, and both the children and their parents were formally charged.
You know why? You know why many of them do that? The parents do it. All out in stores fighting, arguing, fussing with people. And so that's why they do it also. Matter of fact, sometimes the children have to try to stop their parents from doing it. We have a breakdown in black society. I know other people may fight, but they don't be all out in public the way that we do it. Come on, let's just be honest about it. We have a very bad ethnic image. I mean, you go in these people's stores fighting, in the restaurants, then you go in those. Now, I know, people just getting tired of it. And in this day and age, you better watch. I'm gonna show you a video at the end, and I'll tell you why I say that. That was the pregnant woman in Chicago. So that was one they jumped. I mean, a pregnant woman. I don't know if that was in Chicago, but the woman in Chicago, one of the girls wanted to apologize. Her mother put her on camera to apologize. And here's what happened. This is one of the girls.
Say anything, keep it respectful. This is the child.
Hey, my name is Kamira Grant, and I was wrong for everything.
It's okay,
I was wrong for everything that I did. And I
to say anything, keep it respectful. This is the child.
Hey, my name is Kamira Grant, and I was wrong for everything.
It's
I
okay,
was
Kamara.
wrong for everything that I did. And I
There was no tears on her face. She was wiping a dry face. She almost laughed in the beginning. You know what? She said, her mother said, keep it respectful. Nobody have to keep anything respectful. She didn't keep it respectful when her and her gang was jumping on that woman and to her children. And that's not the first time that they did it. And this is one of them. I want to show you, this is one of them jumping on them.
Come on, blood. Shamar, look at that. Shamar. Come here. What you want, Shamar? Foot. Shamar, foot. What you want, Shamar? Shamar, look at that.
Imagine you are pregnant and you walk to the school to pick up your son and your daughter from school, and then you're just walking back home. You want to make sure they get to school safely and make it home safely. because you live in Chicago. So you guys are walking back home when you guys are approached by a gang of middle schoolers. A gang of middle schoolers. Now, your kids are younger. It looks like they're younger than middle school. But these middle schoolers start calling you all type of names and things like that. And then eventually they hit you. And not only they hit you, but they start hitting you and your children. And then at one point they're jumping you. And you're on the ground, your kids are on the ground, and they are beating you. This happened in Chicago. And this was, again, she is pregnant, you guys. As a mom, she went to the school to get her kids and was walking them home safely when they were approached by middle schoolers and jumped on in Chicago. And the whole Chicago is outraged this morning. They're looking for these kids or their parents. They are pissed, and reasonably so. And if it were me, I promise you, it would have been some candle visuals and some balloon releases planned. I promise you. This is crazy. I'm not victim blaming or anything like that, but I wish the mother had something to protect herself and her children. You have to protect yourself and your children because they will never forget this, right? You have to know how to protect yourself. But either way, I hope they find them kids, and I hope they hold them kids accountable because it was so wrong.
She said, what she would have done, I don't blame her. Because a bunch of little kids can do you some harm. A gang of them. That's why I've been telling people about CCW. Because I don't care who try to jump on me. There's too many of them. There's going to be some little small caskets lying in these churches. I'm not going to play with them. I don't hand fight. I haven't done any hand fighting since school. Because I remember when I was in school, I get in a fight, man. Eye black, nose, blood coming out my nose, jaw swollen. They coming to me and tell me, "Oh man, you won." Won? So you messed him up. But that's not helping me none. I don't do no hand fighting, so your kids jump on me. Like they say, sad song singing and flower bringing. You know, if it's a gang of them, it don't make no difference how old they are. But look, that wasn't the first time they did that. That gang, and that one in that little pink coat, that pink coat been all over social media. They should have had her by now. And these children are not sorry. You can see they're not sorry. They're sorry because they have to pay the price. Most people, the average person really don't be sorry for stuff they do. They just be sorry for the consequences that they have to take. That's what they're sorry. Most people don't be sorry for stuff. Let's just be real about it. They're not sorry. Most people not sorry when they apologize to you. It just didn't go the way and end up the way that they thought it would. Let's just be for real. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's just the truth. But look, reason I know they did it before, they jumped on an autistic man. It was the same bunch of kids. Watch this. No, take a look at this. Same bunch of kids, they say. Jumped on an autistic man.
Only on CBS News Chicago, we are learning a group of kids who attacked a Chicago mother and her 9-year-old son have been terrorizing another family. Our Sharday Gray reports that mob was caught on video in both instances.
Carolyn Sanford says the same group of kids who attacked Hatter and her son brutally attacked her adult son this past summer, leaving him unconscious on the ground for half an hour. She says they picked on him because her son has autism and is an easy target.
Ain't gonna lie, it's hard remembering it.
For 21-year-old Sean Brown, this attack left him with a fuzzy memory and PTSD.
I couldn't get up for a little minute. My head was hurting.
You can see in this video, he's running from a group of kids. The incident happened near the Trumbull Park Homes, a Chicago Housing Authority complex. Brown says he was leaving the grocery store when he made eye contact with a group of kids and started running when he was just steps away from his home. You can see Brown is holding a grocery bag, trying to reason with the kids. Then things escalate. We've stopped the video before the kids pulled him off of the grass and into the street.
At first, I didn't want to put my hands on the kid. He's a kid. Like, come on now. I'm a grown, and I put my hands on a kid. Like, I might be slow, but I got common sense.
If this video looks eerily similar to what was captured earlier this week, it's not a coincidence. A group of kids attacked Korshonda Hatter and her 9-year-old son. Our analysis shows the two videos were shot by the same child.
They picked with him because they knew he was scared.
Carolyn Sanford says that boy sent the video to her, taunting her. It was all a part, she says, of her family being bullied by the group for months. In one of those incidents, a boy in the video slapped her 10-year-old daughter, Brown's younger sister, at Orville T. Bright Elementary School. The same school several parents demonstrated this past week, calling for an end to bullying.
My daughter didn't want to go to school. These kids never want to stay home. That girl wants to stay home more than anybody.
Even at home, the same group of kids broke her window and kicked in her door last May.
And the ring leaders is crazy because they stay above me. I'm do if I don't, I'm damn if I do. I mean, it ain't no winning here.
Both moms say they have brought complaints to the school with no results. Sanford says she's upset because she warned the school about the kids for months, and she says nothing was done.
Why y'all haven't done nothing a long time ago for this? Again, this been going on. This ain't just started here, and it's not gonna end here.
She contacted us after seeing the viral video. We reached out to CPS. We are waiting for a response, and when we get one, we will post it on our website, CBS News Chicago. Reporting in the newsroom, Sharday Gray, CBS News Chicago.
Thank you, Sharday.
Come on now. For months, been bothering you for months. Sometimes you gotta know how to go in the office. Don't you have some people? Cause if the school and the police is not gonna do anything, cause they broke my window, not who know who they were. Each one of their houses would have had some broken windows that night. I would have made my rounds. Nobody's gonna bully me for months. You have to. And he's talking. I know he has autism. And said he didn't want to put his hands on no kids. I'd put mine on every last one of them. When you try to jump me, I can see if it was just one kid. If it was one kid, I'd slap the hell out of him. But anytime somebody try to hurt you, you don't let nobody hurt you, no matter who they are. That's why a lot of people say, like when I knocked that woman's teeth out, I don't let nobody hurt me. I don't care who you are. Male, female, or child. You don't let people hurt you. Your body got feelings just like theirs do. If a woman punch you, man in the eye, it's gonna get black just like if a man that punched him. If a bunch of kids jump on you, you can be hurt unalive by them also. Do not let nobody hurt you. I don't care who they are. I didn't want to put my hands on them. I don't even wait for people to do it, put their hands on me. They just come too hostile. You don't wait for somebody to hit you and hurt you before you start moving. You stop them before they do it. And like now, you got to start CCW for little kids now. But you got to protect yourself no matter what and no matter who it is. I know I am. And then the punch, what that one there with the mother in court? Let me see if this the one.
Somehow involved and told them to leave too.
So I asked why. And he responded saying, because you all like to fight. And they made us leave and get up in front of all the other patrons in the restaurant.
We were really.
No, that's not the one. That's the one I want to show you in the end. Should have lined these up better. That's the one with the mother in court. And she's saying the child, he was just playing with you.
The kids who attacked the pregnant woman and her 9-year-old son were already arrested. The incident happened on the south side of Chicago. The mother and her son were walking home from school. When they reached an intersection, a group of minors suddenly surrounded them. In the video, the kids pushed the pregnant woman to the ground. Some of them even jumped over her one by one like they were playing a vaulting game. Others pushed her while laughing. Her 9-year-old son ran into the crowd. He used his small body to protect his mother's stomach. He was shaking with fear, but he still tried his best to protect her. The pregnant woman had sickle cell anemia. Any small injury could cause life-threatening complications. This was not a prank. It was a violent assault. The boy had been bullied by this group for months. The mother called the police and reported it to the school, but no one did anything. People only paid attention after the video went viral. This time, the justice system took a rare, strong stance. All of the minors involved were charged, and their parents also had to face responsibility. The judge even wrote that juvenile violence often comes from a lack of family guidance. Police presence around the school was increased, and both the children and their parents were formally charged.
They were just messing around, just joking with you. You didn't even get hurt, man, so why are you suing me over this?
This is the latest update on the case involving the minors who assaulted a pregnant woman, and the parents who enabled their children's behavior showed no remorse in court either. All minors involved in the attack are being charged, and their parents are also facing charges for negligence. The incident happened in Chicago. A pregnant woman was walking home after picking up her child from school when a group of minors suddenly rushed toward her, slamming into her and knocking her to the ground. Then, shockingly, they began jumping over her one by one, as if playing some kind of game, laughing the entire time. Her young son ran into the group crying, using his small body to shield his mother's stomach. The heartbreaking moment was captured on video, but instead of stopping, the kids began picking on her son as well. The assault continued for several minutes. Even more concerning is that the pregnant woman has sickle cell disease, meaning any physical impact could trigger life-threatening complications. This wasn't a prank, it was a dangerous attack. At present, all the minors involved have been arrested. Due to the severity of the case, the justice system has taken the rare step of pursuing multiple lines of accountability. The minors will all face charges. Their parents are also being charged for allowing and enabling the behavior. They face possible jail time and $50,000 in restitution to the victim. What do you think? Are the parents of these attackers responsible as well? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Well, I know the mother sitting there talking about he was just playing with you. Why you suing me? To be held accountable, and the rest of them. I you know, a lot of times I know children, they can go off and do things, you know, when they leave home that their parents really didn't raise them to do. But these children are too young, so you have to do something with the parents, because these children are too young. And if they want to get older, they better leave people alone, because they're not sorry. Neither are the parents sorry. They're just trying to find a way to get out of trouble. That's all. They just want to get out of trouble. If they hadn't been charged or found out, they would have been they'd still be doing. They'd be out there doing it to someone else. And they're wearing their little pink coat. A coat like that, see, I know they're gonna find that out. There are people all over social media with those coats on. And I hope they got hurt too, all of them. So you want to play an adult game, you have to pay an adult price. And but I just can't. I got to go back to. I don't see how a person has someone pick on them for months, breaking my window out. All those parents, when they had to come out of money for their windows, they had to stop them. I would have done it clandestine style. You know, I sneak around in the middle of the night, which is raining, bust their ears out. I try to do it legal first. If that don't work, I have to take it up on my own. But you don't let people keep picking on you. And this behavior has gotten so bad, most of them learning. They're not learning from their daddy. Most of them. Could be some, but a few. They're mostly learning from their mother. That's who they mostly learning it from. Because their mother behaves, a lot of black women behave the same way, all up in these places fighting, ready to fuss and fight over everything. Then coming to the men, talking about, why come you nobody break it up? I'm not breaking it up. You're doing what you want to do. You want a box. So that's what you're doing. You're not a damsel in distress. That's the old world, that gentleman stuff. Because we're not dealing with ladies anymore. But you want the men to remain traditional gentlemen. But you're not traditional ladies. You're raising up a bunch of hoodlums and you know it. And then a lot of you have a man at the house. When he tried to tell the children something, oh, you're not chubby, you're not his daddy. But you don't mind a man teaching them how to. You only say that to the men trying to show them something right. You don't mind the man teaching them how to drink beer, smoke weed, and all that. You laugh at that. But when a man try to show him proper guidance, then all of a sudden leave him alone, shut up, you're not his daddy. So you bring a lot of that on yourselves. Where's his daddy at? Who knows? Well, wait, you got to figure out which daddy. And then, you know how it goes. Got to figure out which daddy. Because, these men are not just walking away, leaving their family. You never were a family. People just having babies with each other. Or with married men, or men who are already with a woman. So, how can he be that? When you're in a family in the first place. Our society is in terrible shape. And a lot of people say it takes unity. Unity with who? I don't want to unify with them kind of people. You don't unify with everybody. All black people don't have to be in unity. You unify with like-minded people. These people who are lost-minded, I leave them there. This type of behavior, you're not going to change those people. If anything, they'll be ready to jump on you. One thing we have to realize, a lot of our riffraff, we have to leave them behind. Everybody don't make it to the promised land. And all of us won't. Quit trying to unite with despots. Quit trying to unite with riffraff. I'm not going to. If anyone else want to do it, you can do it. I'm not uniting with riffraff. I've just one video I wanted to play. It's about some hood guy philosophy. Quit letting your kids listen to these old rappers and hood guys trying to get them that old hood philosophy. They do not know what they're talking about. Next show I'm gonna do a show on that. These old rappers trying to give people give you hood ideology. Like they're a philosopher. Can't even pronounce English correctly. Trying to be a philosopher. But I tell you better get these kids together because people are going to stop playing with them. And there's going to be some sad songs singing and flower bringing for your kids. I'm telling you, but you better let them know that. I had a boy used to work with me. He was high school age. And it's middle school kids doing most of the violence. It's not the high school age kids. But he was high school age. And he fight. He used to be one of the toughest guys over there, they say. Because nobody whoop him. I always talking about, what are you going to do to somebody? And I told him, I said, look, you're not a little kid anymore. You're going to be a grown man soon. You're going to have to grown man soon. You're going to have to find a way to solve your problems. Better than fighting all the time. And then you tell me what you're going to do to grown folks. These grown folks not going to stand there and let you hurt them. And they got people who not going to let you get away with it. He said he got fist of fire. I said, okay, one day you can bring those fists of fire to a gunfight. So I was looking on my phone one day, I get a picture where it was coming in from the home in my email, and he just came up. He went down to Texas, got in a fight with someone, and when he walked out the place, they unalived him. And I tried to tell him he needed to cut that fighting out. People are not taking it, especially grown people. If they don't, some of the people are going to get you. A lot of these unalivings you see in our community, it don't be somebody just harming an innocent person. It'd be either the bangers doing it to each other or it'd be retribution. They've done something to someone. And if you keep letting your little small kids, these parents know these kids jumping on people. They know it. But as long as theirs don't get hurt, they don't care. They'll sit at home and laugh at them about it. Yep, yeah, you sit and laugh at them about it. Yep. Look at this one more time. I want to take a quick break, but I want you to look at this one more time while I take this quick break.
Only on CBS News Chicago, we are learning a group of kids who attacked a Chicago mother and her 9-year-old son have been terrorizing another family. Our Sharday Gray reports that mob was caught on video in both instances.
Carolyn Sanford says the same group of kids who attacked Hatter and her son brutally attacked her adult son this past summer, leaving him unconscious on the ground for half an hour. She says they picked on him because her son has autism and is an easy target.
Ain't gonna lie, it's hard remembering it.
For 21-year-old Sean Brown, this attack left him with a fuzzy memory and PTSD.
I couldn't get up for a little minute. My head was hurting.
You can see in this video, he's running from a group of kids. The incident happened near the Trumbull Park Homes, a Chicago Housing Authority complex. Brown says he was leaving the grocery store when he made eye contact with a group of kids and started running when he was just steps away from his home. You can see Brown is holding a grocery bag, trying to reason with the kids. Then things escalate. We've stopped the video before the kids pulled him off of the grass and into the street.
At first, I didn't want to put my hands on the kid. He's a kid. Like, come on now. I'm a grown and I'll put my hands on a kid. Like, I might be slow, but I got common sense.
If this video looks eerily...
I just saw before I didn't play it all the way through, but look. I had to put my hands on them and any of the rest of them. Because a lot of times you knock a few of them out, the rest will flee. That's what he should have done. That's what I would do. Because there's a gang of them. Knock them out. Knock the first 2 or 3 out. Pick up some and beat them if necessary. You do whatever it takes to protect yourself. Because you got a life and a body, just like those kids do. You didn't bring it to them, they brought it to you. Nowadays, things have changed. No one's worried about age or gender anymore. People attack you, you got to deal with it. I know I am. Age and gender don't matter anymore. I'm not talking about no little bitty kid now. But when these kids start getting up 13, 14 years old trying to hurt you, you got to teach them a lesson. I will. And they get the laws written so that the kids almost can do whatever they want to and know nothing's going to happen to them. And the teachers can hardly do anything. Did you know that if 2 children are fighting and the teachers run and grab them and break it up, the teacher can lose their job or get arrested? I found it out about 20 years ago. I was with someone. We went to by the school, and outside there was these girls jumping on this one girl. And then you had teachers standing up by the building just looking. So I went out there and broke it up. And I asked the teachers, I said, "Oh, why come you all just standing there looking?" And they said, you don't know. We can't put our hands on those kids. Even if they're fighting, we can't put our hands on them. That's the way the laws are written. They got it that way. So they feel that they can do whatever they want to do and get away with it. If you allow them to. Like I always say, I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6. I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried on a stretcher to the hospital. Because I'm going to make sure I don't go. Even if there be some little bodies going to the hospital or wherever. They're just going to have to go because it's not going to be me. And you can let it be you if you want to. Okay, see, I'm going to tell you why I say many times it's the way they're raised. It is the way they're raised. But at the same time, children are told good things to do and don't do it, why do they have to do all the bad things? But then again, you have to show good by example also. Many parents are not doing that. They just tell them about some good things, but they don't show the example. But they do show example for the bad thing. I say parents, but most of the time it's the mother, because that's who's raising most black children. Because we don't get married, we just have babies with each other. And many of them, 2, 3 different daddies, which one's supposed to be there? I'm not saying that's the way it is all the time, but most of the time. Many people having babies and don't even know each other that well. Sometimes out of booty call. As long as we keep with this behavior, it's not going to change. And you know what? It's not going to change. That's why I said, you know how I talk about us in a different ethnic group? Give it like-minded people and y'all move off somewhere together. They live in the same area. And don't just allow anyone to buy a house up in there. Because try to find a way to keep just anyone moving there. Now I can see why people had gated communities now. Those people come up in there, and don't raise your children right. They're not right. And you want to unify with them? I'm not unifying with just anyone. Take unity in the community. No, it don't. Take like-minded people getting together. No people have unity. They don't. Matter of fact, they're more fractionalized than black people are. But they just take care of business. We don't. Look at how other Latinos try to get other Latinos deported. Most of Mexicans can't stand Puerto Rican. Puerto Rican can't stand Mexican. Cubans can't stand none of them. None of them can stand Cubans. Because they go by ethnicity, like-minded people. So you don't have to be all unified. Because there's a lot of black folks I wouldn't even try to unify with. That's why you see when people come to me talking about the people, oh, they got the parents, this and that. I don't pay that any attention because I don't. Certain people I deal with, certain ones I don't. You can wear whatever you want to wear, do whatever you want to. Because I'm going to deal with who I'm going to deal with. You don't let anyone in your circle. We got to reach out to these. I don't have to reach out to nothing. You can do it. But these people, if their parents didn't raise them, how you going to raise them in a couple of weeks? I'm not going to even try. I dealt with children. I was taking them on field trips. I would crowds for a while. I was taking them on field trips, Cardinals games, and high school games, different places. And some of them they would talk to me and say, my mama told me, even if a grown folks say something to me for me to do this and do that, and not with me. Not in this group, you're not. If an adult does something to you, you feel it's not right, you come tell me and I'll deal with it. If you can't do that, you have to stay home. Because see, the parents, and no, they didn't say my parents, they said my mama. That's what they said. They're teaching these children to be unruly. That's why you FaceTime right along with them. They're teaching those kids to do that. And everyone's getting tired of it, especially in this day and time. Because, times have changed. I'm going to show you a video of what some women did.
Somehow involved and told them to leave too.
So as
get your food! Who? Get in the car? Who? Nay. Get your food!
Let me find that video. Where are these women at? They were in the, here it go.
Get your food! Woo, get in the car. Hey.
Somehow involved and told
I'm gonna
them
go right
to
here.
leave too.
So I asked why.
Watch that.
And he responded saying, because you all like to fight. And they made us leave and get up in front of all the other patrons in the restaurant.
We were really in like a negative spotlight at that moment, and it was all eyes on us. It was very embarrassing.
The 9 ladies are now pursuing legal action. Their lawyer sat down with us.
Just because you have employees that might have made a bad judgment one night, that could turn into 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights. It has to stop.
The women say the restaurant staff has not reached out to provide an apology or update.
All 9 of these ladies were treated more harshly than the 2 people who were actually engaged in the misdemeanor action.
Their lawyer says they want accountability and justice.
We can say this is discrimination. We can say this violates the Equal Protection Clause. They have said enough is enough, and we're not going to take it.
Treat your customers with dignity and respect.
We did reach out to the owners of Cork and Bull Chop House as well as the general manager for comment, but we have not heard back. In Chesapeake, Markeisha Jackson, 10 on your side.
For the 9 women who are suing, I ain't got no problem with that. Litigate, litigate, litigate. Yeah, man. Hit them in the pockets. The only thing America understands, blood and money. Yeah, you can't get it in blood. You got to get it in money. Can't get it in money, you get it in blood. That's the only thing America understands. That happens to be America's love language. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what the problem with that is? They're correct. What happened is there were some other women fighting when they got there. Black women. Fat as usual. But they then they went down and got, after they broke the fight up and put those women out, those women were sitting down to be served, and they told them they have to leave because y'all love to fight. Even those women had nothing to do with it. I saw a fight going on, I would have turned around and left anyway. But those women do have the right to sue. I think they should. But one thing we have to realize, the only reason I played that video to tell you something. They're taking away the voting rights bill. Civil rights bill. This Trump regime has. We're almost back under Jim Crow. We don't know it. It's just that people just not responding that way. So you better watch what you're doing out here because Trump is even trying to resegregate. In many places, they can have separate bedrooms. I'm sorry, not bedrooms, separate bathrooms for black and white. So see, we just don't have the rights we used to have. Many people just don't know it yet. We haven't felt it yet. And many people just not reacting to it. And many people know that this thing with Trump is not going to last. And if they start putting up separate restrooms and all that stuff, when this is over, they're going to just about have to go out of business. But this is not going to last. MAGA's falling apart as it is. Right now, we're not living under the Constitution. We're living under MAGA. And you go up in these places, misbehaving. See, a year ago, that restaurant wouldn't have done that. They know that now they can get away with it. But there's still some judges now who won't let them. And I can tell you right now, white people, you have white people fighting places all the time. All up in bar fights and all that. They don't make other white people get out who didn't have anything to do with the fight. Tell them because y'all love to fight. How you gonna tell them women they love to fight? They weren't fighting. But, gotta stop all this misbehavior. And the women doing all the misbehavior. Black women fight more than black men now. You rarely see black men fighting now. It's the women doing all the fighting. You are becoming more and more like men, really. You walk like men, you talk like men, and that's why your children got all this aggressive behavior. You could talk. You see a man and woman talking to each other. She's acting more aggressive than him. He's standing talking in a normal, calm voice, and she's fussing about something. Just watch the average black man and woman when you see them talking to each other. She's doing more cursing than him. He may not be cursing at all. She's doing all the cursing. And then here, her body language is all angry. Like he's standing there walking, talking just as calm. Who got time for that? Who want to marry that? You raise these children. I'm gonna tell you another child that was in the group of kids who used to go with me. He came one day and he had my van smelling like weed. And I found out who it was. I told him, I gotta take you back. You can't come with me like that. And come to find out what happened was he wasn't smoking weed. His mother drove him there. She was smoking weed while he was in the car. But I still couldn't let him go. And she was upset, and I told her, I can't let him go like that. Why are you smoking weed with him in the car? I do what I want to do with my son. I said, yeah, you can, but I'm going to do what I want to do with my van, and he's not coming. She got to hollering and cussing. I said, you holler all you want to. We gone. And I'm going to tell you who that kid is. About 3 years later, you remember the policeman who saw a man with a gun, and he was chasing him on a bridge, and the policeman fell off the bridge and passed away? This kid was the person that policeman was chasing. He's in prison now. Gotta listen. They don't listen to nobody because your parents teach them not to listen to other adults. If another adult try to tell their children something, they're not your mama, they're not your daddy. And they have to tell they don't even want the father telling them anything. And I know when I go live stream these funerals, the whole church lit up smelling like weed. And then don't be children. It's grown folks coming in there like that. How can the children be worth a damn when the parents not? Sometimes the children have better behavior than the parents. Sometimes the children be trying to stop the parents from doing that stuff. Many people tell me, well, I've known some really good children came from bad homes. You know, I found out about that. You know why the children turn out better? A lot of times the parents didn't care where the child goes. They go to spend more time at one of their friends' house, and their friends got a pretty decent household and decent parents. And they're more influenced by their friends' parents than they are their own parents. That's how that happened many times. But you have some children just come out of good children come out of a bad situation, but that's not the norm. That's the exception. But you better start raising these children right. Because now they're going to change laws. Now that they see these parents are being thrown in jail, a lot of them going to try to straighten that up. And then they got to pay out money too. Hopefully that pregnant mother started a GoFundMe. I wish she had. I'll find it. I'll send her something. Yeah, I'm going to see if when I leave out, I'm going to see if she got a GoFundMe. I'll send her something. For someone to be that violent so young. I mean, these are not high schoolers. These are middle schoolers. doing this. But they can hurt you too if there's enough of them. And you say, oh, you're a grown man, why would you hurt those children? They're children, why would they hurt a grown man? I'm going to hurt anybody who try to hurt me. And I'm not going to wait for you to hit me either. So you don't wait for people, like I said before, you don't wait for people to hit you if they become too hostile. A lot of times you wait for them to hit you, it may be too late. Just don't come to me in a very hostile way. I'm going to have to deal with it. And it's not going to be with my fists either. I don't get in fist fights. I get in the type of fights. I defend myself in a way where we don't have to get too close to each other. I do anything to protect this. That's all I got. And you should be doing anything to protect your body. That's the only body you got. Considering tomorrow they were just little kids. A gang of little kids, it doesn't matter how old they are when it's a gang of them. You better teach these kids right. I'm going to show you another video. This is the one. You remember, I think this was in Chicago. I don't know where it was at, but look. I got the video though. But do you remember the lady who a man hit her in the store? And she called her 14-year-old son on the phone, and he came in there and started shooting the man and unalived him. You think, oh, he just hit that woman for nothing. He didn't hit that woman for nothing. Now, I know you said the man shouldn't have hit her. Me, I can let a person run their mouth because I'm not insecure. I don't care what they say about me. As long as they don't come up too close and get hostile with me. But you know that you can hear that man keep telling that woman, lady, leave me alone. Lady, I said, leave me alone. Now she picked on that man so, and then he hit her. Because some people do that. You don't know who they are. They'll do that. And now, because of her, a man has passed away, and a 14-year-old son got a body. And I heard he's been in more trouble since then. Who has your son? They've been charged with murder now. At first, they hadn't been. Who has a 14-year-old outside in the car with a gun? That should tell you something right there. And then also, see, the reason they were charged with murder, after he came in with the gun and shot the man stumbled outside. She told him to go out there and shoot him some more. The threat was over. And she told him to go shoot him some more. Now they both sitting up in jail because she wouldn't shut her mouth. Here go I'll show you the video. Where is that?
Get your food! Who? Get in the car? Nay. Get your food! Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my God, I said one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
They do not shut them out. Once they start fussing, they can't stop. They start enjoying it. They look like they're enjoying it. They seem to love fussing. You ever notice these women when they start fussing? You can't get them to stop. And then, man, you have one at home, you'll leave out for a while so she can calm down. Come back in the house, she started back all over again. Who can be with you like that? Constant fuss, arguing about something. Can't nobody tell you nothing, but you want to tell them everything. I've known plenty like that. These men, you got a lot of these Asians, they say attack black women in their stores and shops, but you keep going there. Sometimes even the woman they attack keep going there. A lot of black men tried to help you out with it, but you kept going there. One time, an Asian man hit a black woman, they boycotted the shop. He offered a 50% off sale. Those women lined around the corner. Everything half price. Broke the black men boycott, so they left it alone. And why are they attacking you in these stores? What are you doing? They just see you and walk up and attack you? What are you doing? They just didn't take your mess. But I tell you about me, if I see one of these Asians attack a black woman, she could be wrong. But it's like, you ain't gonna do that to a white woman. Just a black woman. Now they wouldn't do that to her, but that's why I put this up. With the what we do with violent kids. Well, parents making them that way. Parent making them that way. We know who the parent is that's making them that way. I've been at some friends of mine house. The little kids act up, the mother don't say nothing. The man got to instruct them and stop them. Go to I've been at churches where the kids, the mother just sit there, see the kid misbehaving, let them sit up in church and turn the tablet up. I got a phone playing a game. You can hear it in the church. Sitting right next to the mother. Mother don't say nothing. Then somebody else have to come and say something. Then the mother gets angry. You're teaching those kids they can do whatever they want to, and if a person if they ain't your mama, they can't tell you nothing. You need to keep them at home with you behind closed doors, because other people are not going to take that. So not because this. I got videos where it's happening all over the country, and they're all middle. It's not high school age kids, middle age kids, middle school age kids. Big gang on them, going jumping on people. Then the parents say that when something happening with their kids in school, they go to the school won't do anything. Sometimes gets all smart with the parent. Want to put the parent out the building. But then if you keep your kid away from school, you can get charged for that. But the thing about it is that isn't it against the law for you to keep sending your child into a hostile, harmful environment? But if the school is hostile and harmful, why should you have to be made to send them there? That's why a lot of people are electing to homeschool, because public school have gotten too violent for some of them. Because I know the area where I live in St. Louis, they don't have that many fights over there like they used to. The few they do have be girls. The kids have told me, say the girls doing all the fighting now. They're like their mama doing all the fighting now. And you see how and once they start fighting, they're like they don't want to stop. They can have a person down and keep beating them. The person helpless, can't do nothing. I remember when I was coming up, once somebody got knocked down, fight was over. Now they get knocked down, it's just starting. So people can't. I remember when I was coming up, getting to fight with somebody. Maybe day or two later, you send them in cafeteria at school, you look over at him, you look at you, go. He goes. Then you start seeing each other speaking together. Next thing you know, sometimes y'all become best friends. But you can't do that now, because you all don't know how to let nothing go. You start beefing with somebody have to get hurt or unalive, because you won't let it go. You remember the lady that was hit with the brick and claimed the men wouldn't help her? Everybody just trashed those black men. They said, we didn't see nothing. We didn't know nothing happened. And they found out it was all a hoax. Because she had done it before. Inject some saline in her face, make it swell up. And then started GoFundMe. She collected $45,000. They said she's done it before. But they trashed those black men. They're not obligated to help no woman. No man obligated to help you. What man burden are you under? Your boo, your husband, your father, brothers, if you still live at home, you're under their burden. You're not under every man's burden. The average black woman don't even want to speak to you, but want you to risk your life for her. But look, I'm back to what I was talking about with the kids. The reason I brought up to their mothers because they're the one leading to all of this. It's not the fathers. At the time, the father can't tell them nothing, the mother all up in the way. Then some mothers would tell, when the father tell them something, you know what the kids say, oh, you don't have to listen to him. Now, who can stay in the house like that? He's not leaving his kids, he's leaving her. He got a life to live too. And he don't want it to be miserable. You better raise these kids better. But then you don't know how. Let's face it. Most of you don't know how. Because you were raised the same way. You can teach these girls how to be masculine and taught the boys how to be feminine. That ain't nothing but a mess. Anytime you talk to a woman and she's 20, 21 years old, even 18, 19, I'm going to put on my girl stuff being feminine. If you got to talk about being feminine, she have to talk about being feminine, she's a waste of time because she's not. Because it's not something you put on and take off. It's just a state of being, the way you are. Like when a man is masculine, you don't have to talk about it. It's just a part of being a male. Feminine is a part of being women. Other women are, black women just aren't. Y'all walk like men, y'all talk like men. You're bigger than most men, way more than most men do. And you pass it on to your daughters. And your sons are emotional. You pass that on to him. Teaching your daughters to be hard and your sons to be soft. He fussed like a woman. Love drama like the women do. Because he learned that from you. He said, well, what about the father? Why are you not talking about the father? Most of these kids are raised by women. You saw in the video who's in court now, who's even defending the children. The mother. At the time, the father can't tell him nothing without fussing with her. I heard women, when a man tell a child something, I've heard the women say, I don't listen to him. And why are you interfering with him with what he's saying to his own child? Or if it's not his kid, oh, you're not his daddy, you're not her daddy. Well, men get tired of that. Sooner or later, he say, adios. I got to get up out of here. I don't blame him. Why should he be miserable the rest of his life with you? He wants the kids, he just don't want you. And being with the kids mean being with you. He's really going to start him another life, and I don't blame him. But these violent kids, you got to stop all this beating on them, cursing them out all the time. That make them grow up violent. And from them be doing this at middle school age, I just don't know. You just got some messed up kids. That's all I can say. They're just some messed up kids, and I wouldn't even waste my time with them. Or you. Like I say, I'm not trying to tell my we got to set up something to help these kids. I'm not setting up to help them do nothing. I didn't here set up nothing to mess them up. You better raise your kids right, not for me to raise them. Because I tell you why. Like I said, everybody's not going to make it to the promised land. Get with like-minded people. And these type of people, leave them alone. You have your own life to live and enjoy. You cannot live your life and enjoy your life trying to look out for all these people who have messed up. Now people come to you seeing as though they have a chance and want help. Or going out here to them and they just about will end up doing something to you. There's some people who are just gone. You just let them go and get with like-minded people, and you all build up a community within the community with like-minded people. And we talking about we got to be this unity, reach out to everybody. I'm not reaching out to everybody, nothing. You have to get with like-minded people, and you all form your own little community. That's where other people do. That's our ethnicity. You have different ethnic groups. Have you ever noticed black people, as many people as it is in this nation, and we don't have ethnic groups? All other people, with as many people as we have, are sectioned off into ethnic groups. We don't know our nationality. We never did start our own ethnic group because we want to include everyone. Remember when Joe Biden was running for president, he said Hispanics have more diversity than blacks. It's not that they have more diversity. They have ethnicity and nationalities. We don't. All we have is race. Because we never did try to set up different societies. Most people set up societies within the society with like-minded people. They became an ethnic group and sometimes became a whole other nationality. But we never did that. We just tried to be unified with all black people. And that's not going to happen. Because some is really not worth unifying with. But you've been taught, we all got to come together as one. No, we don't. It's a lot of you, I don't want to be one with you. And you may not want to be one with me. So it's best we just leave each other alone and you get with your like-minded people. A lot of people who got unalive trying to reach these little gangsters and stuff. I'm not trying to reach nothing. They're just going to have to bump each other off because I'm not getting involved with them. We got to show them the right way. That should have happened when they was growing up. It's for their parents to show them the right way. I'm not showing them nothing. I'm just going to leave them alone. Live your life to the fullest. You can't do that. We're out here trying to raise some grown folks. These people, if they don't have any sense by now, they're not going to get any. Not for you to be around here trying to raise somebody. When they get 16, 17 years old, I'm not fooling with them, trying to tell them nothing. You know, their parents didn't do it, why should I do it? Why should I do it? Parents didn't do it. Gang of kids, middle school age around here, finding people to jump on, bully, jump on. Man minding his own business, busting out people's windows. I done made my rounds to all their houses that night. And they'd been picking up glass. Whatever they do to me, I do 10 times worse to them. They bust out one of my windows. I bust out. There's going to be more than one of there as many as I can before because I have to do it quick and get away so they don't see me. And anytime people hurt you, you got to hurt them. And that's the way I do it now. I'm not saying you got to. Because everybody don't operate that way, but you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me. Like I said, you only get one body. You don't let anyone harm that. You're not going to regrow an eye or sight. Don't let people harm you, no matter how old they are. 'Cause if they're big and bad enough to come at you, to harm you, they're big and bad enough to get served up a little ouching in pain or whatever necessary. If you're 13, you get a bunch of other 13, mob of 13-year-olds come at me, gonna be some pow, pow, pow. I don't care. You're not gonna hurt me. Y'all can say what y'all want to. I'm not gonna allow people to harm me. And you shouldn't either. No matter how old they are. But once they get in the mob, age don't matter. They can hurt you just as much as an adult can. In a mob, they bullying your kids. If school district don't do anything, sue them. They'll start doing something then. They have my children in a hostile environment. That's the difference between black people and other folks. They'll sue. We want to go fight. You end up in jail, they end up with some money. But don't let these little crumb snatchers hurt you. They're not going to hurt me. They was trying to, this woman was pregnant. They was trying to hit her out in the stomach. Her son had to put his body over her to protect her stomach. That means they knew she was pregnant. They were trying to unalive the baby. And you'll play around with something like that? I won't. I don't have time for degenerates. I don't even mess with them. I leave them alone. And once I find out how they are, I leave them alone. Don't mess with them no more. The problem with many of us, you like that behavior. Many people like chaos and unruliness. It's exciting to them. They only get upset when it harms them some kind of way, causing problems for them. Many people get with chaotic people. They know how those people work. But they like all the silliness. Have you ever noticed the very type of people everyone talk about, no good and all that, they usually have the most friends? The people that say that, oh, that's a good person. They hardly have any friends. On your job, you probably notice, the worst people seem like everybody likes them. There's a thing in humans that like chaos. And will put up with it. Remember I told you before, it's like a person on a ride. Let the amusement park on the ride. Every time that ride comes to the end, they bump their head on something. And people ask, well, what you see, you're going to keep getting the same result. Why you keep getting on the ride? I like the ride. I just don't like the ending. That's how many of us are with people. You like the excitement that come along with them. You just don't like how you end up with them with problems. These people with these little bad children, let them go on with those children. I'm not trying to raise nobody's children. That's why I couldn't even bother with children. I got relatives. I deal with my relative children. I got nieces, nephews, they got children. But all these outside children, I deal with them if they're good kids. But them ones want to get smart, nasty attitude, I don't deal with them. So it could be because I don't care why it is. See, one thing about it is this. A good reason don't change the results. See, because if you messed up, get a therapist. I don't want to be bothered. See, because I don't want to know how a person got a certain way, because it's not going to change the results. I'm saying, why should I want to have somebody causing problems for me because they got a good reason, because of what happened to them in the past and all that. A lot of people had things happen to them. That's not my problem. Better go see a therapist or something. Well, I'm not gonna hold you tonight, but remember, tomorrow morning you can go to New Shining Light. It's the 27th annual free Thanksgiving service. They're gonna always also have a Captain Gloves giveaway tomorrow. You can service starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then at 10:30 to 12:30 p.m. they're gonna serve dinner. So come on by New Shining Light. It's at 740 Broadway in Venice, Illinois. Everyone's welcome to the service and the dinner. And Bishop John H. Williams is the pastor. They're also going to have a revival on December 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They're going to, on the 3rd, they're going to have Pastor J.D. Mann. On the 4th, they're going to have Pastor Vincent Collins. And then on the 5th, they're going to have Pastor Deborah. I can't see that too good. I don't put my glasses on because of the glare. But come on out to the revival, and also remember to come out tomorrow. Well, I'm not going to hold you out tonight. I didn't put my cash app up. Y'all don't see nothing anyway. But on this Saturday, these St. Louis Flyers will be playing for the Class 6A state championship in Normal, Illinois. I'm going to be going. If you want to send me some cash app now, you can. And I'll present the game. Because a lot of times I've been coming out of my own pocket. Seeing if I can't get an increased donation. Because I'm not big and I'm giving you a product. And some guy, but see, I can have what you call a gated thing where you have to pay to get in just to see. The game's live and the other people not bringing them to you live. Then some of the rest of them who do, you got to pay them. But you won't pay them white folks, but you won't pay me. That national football, national network, that's not free. You pay to get in there. Now I don't have no certain price. You won't cash out me nothing. And then when I don't do it, why you not doing the game? Why you think I'm not doing it? That problem with my audio last week, I straightened it out. Those were some new mics. Went back to my old ones and I ordered some more. Those were defective. But look, but yeah, so I'll be going up Saturday to Normal, Illinois. I'm going to present the game. And I hope you all support it. Because those are my PayPal and Cash App. I have it up at the game also. But that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to No More Water. Fire next time. My name is Larry Duncan Allen, and I'll see you next time.